Hello, great day, everyone. All right, let's turn some beachy music on. Feeling beachy. So, what do you guys think? We've got some great, where's my mouse? My mouse disappeared. This could be a little tiny bit of an issue. Somebody might be messing with my mouse. Hold on. I might have to go and grab some new batteries. It was working fine. Very interesting. All right. I'm going to put my little one on. All right. Oops. Oh, is it working? It worked there for a second. Hot second. Let's see if I do this. You know what I'm going to do? Bear with me. I'm going to see if I can stop the gremlins on my mouse because it was working. And maybe all it will take is, yay! I know, Shovel, right? I'm back. And trying to get my mouse set up. Hold on, let me get my little one. 2 seconds. Let me get my little ones to get me some batteries. Jonesy, can you get me 2 AAA batteries, please? The small ones. I need 2 of the AAAs, please. Thank you. My little assistants. All right, so let's see. No, I think it's a battery issue. All right. Clean. Go. There we go. I love cleaning up my computer every morning because you never know what gremlins are in there. All right, so let's look at this now while I'm waiting for the batteries to come in. SBET, who went in on SBET? I'm going to change this to be the 45-minute chart. And this one over here is going to be our 24-hour. So you can see right here, we could potentially have some resistance at 36.20, the little ones. Thank you, my lovey. All right, let's fix this as well. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so SBET. I called this out after it had hit 10. This was my Business First AM. If you guys watch me on Business First AM, Neo is the word on the street. All right, let's do it. Let's check out Neo as well. Just changing out my batteries on my mouse. So Neo, wasn't the guy's name from the Matrix Neo? Is that right? I don't know. I've actually never really watched the movie. I've just heard the Matrix. I think that's interesting that they named a company after, or they named a stock ticker. Oh, look at that. It was a battery issue. Beautiful. So easy. So let's go here. Let's check out Neo. Yeah, Neo, it has hit the 200. Let's go back here. Bada bing, bada boom. They bought in at 349. This earnings, let's see if that this one. No. Go here. Where's this one? Down below as well. Let's change the settings on that to be pink. So this one had a big move. You can see this had tested that resistance that one day and pulled back. That's what I'm anticipating for SBET at 36.20, right? Because we have this resistance from the big guys right here, 35.80, 36.20 area. We'll call it, yeah, let's see, 35.88-ish. Might be a nice place to take some profit. Okay, today, let me get this all set up because I was busy. Got some gutters on the house that I'd helped build in last year, so had to take care of that on Monday, and then I didn't want to drive back. I thought, oh, I'll drive back in the middle of the day on Tuesday, I will miss traffic. It was insane with the traffic yesterday. All right, so we'll put this back on a 5-minute chart on the right. So over here, okay, the SPY, they moved it 2 days ago. 623.50. Are we below that? We are. Let's go to the Qs. Qs, 555.98. Are we below it? You betcha. Oops, 98. There we go. Let's go to the Russell. Uh-oh, Russell, we're below 222.85. And the Dow. So I did do my Angela Miles segment when we were all above, right? Things have changed. I'm no longer a bull. I got to post that out. 443.41. Because now, yeah, I'm feeling washed out by this light, guys. Hold on. Let me make it a little bit better. And let's lower that. Oh, I look orange. There's the blend. And we'll just lighten it a little bit. There we go. Not so washed out. Okay. So, also, crazy one, NUWE this morning. Insane movement, but it's less than 100,000 shares. If you love the low floats, have at it. Go for it. Enjoy it. Not for me. No, thank you. And it had a split, so likely positive. News report. This is probably one that Timothy Sykes is loving. Probably had a split. News report. Pump it. Then they're going to dump it. So just be aware of that. All right. DTST, another crazy mover today. 36. This has 36% or 32% gains. 3.94 million. Another low float run. These are insane and very difficult to trade. Not for the newer trader. They will eat you alive if you don't know what you're doing. BMNR, 4.7 million. They have flipped it and put their big money point of control down here, 47.24. Still not enough for options, so leaving that off. Let's see, other great ones today. Let's go based off of volume. So SBET, number one over here. Let's put our big money, Sharp Link Gaming. I mentioned it Thursday, Friday. I was talking about it online. All right, their big money point of control is down here, 1031. All right, let's clean this up. 64.4 million. Oh, actually, it's correct. It will be a light yellow. There we go. Hey, rascal. There we go. All right. MP. Great day, Jaspreet. All right, MP materials. Dark cloud cover at the moment. Is this going to retrace? It definitely could. We've got earnings coming up on the 31st of July. Right here, big money is down at 2106. Okay. We'll throw on Neo for the shovel. Actually, I don't really like it that much. So I will talk about it, but it's not going on. Sorry, didn't make the cut there, Shovel. I don't like the setup for everybody for my list today. But I appreciate the shout out. I do, and we will cover it. AMD going in retracement. Why is it retracement? Well, because it's overall in an upward motion, but today it is down. Okay, 114.85 there. Let's check out the biggies. Let's check out Tesla. Tesla, they still sold. They were up here 324. They sold now. They've moved that down to 318. I lay a slate patio on Monday too. My muscles. There was just some extra slate lying around, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll just move a couple. And then before I knew it, I'd done 5.5 hours worth of work in like a crazy hot day because I wanted to have a slate patio. So that's how things happen, you know? You talk about it and then you do it. Point blank. There's no more, I think I might, indecision, standing still. Tesla earnings on the 23rd. Merci. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Nvidia 143.92 there. I'm going to put it on the lower one because this is an island gap trading right now. And it could move up. We zoom in over here. Could move up, but it also could move back down. Looks like it held it right here. If we go back to 2 days worth of trading, right, we can see that they're big. They brought it up here to 170 and then sold. Now the point of control is at 171.29 up here. So they still, for the past 2 days, need to break 171.29. So just put that in your head, write it down, whatever. 171.29 is where we need to go before we see it advance to the upward side. This might be positioning to pull it back. Let's also check out fear and greed. $73 could be a bigger impulsive move today. And over here, maybe a little sideways price action for crypto. Let's go to the Barron's cover. So this one was before. This was ETFs. That's not what I want. So I want to go to Barron's because you know what? I'm late to the party this week, setting up on a Wednesday. All right, let's go here. 25. Round table. All right. Only, let's see, 4 are seated, the rest are standing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, 9 facing like the direction that the chart would continue. And we have, no, wait, okay, negative 1, 2, 3 facing backwards. So it's like 70% that they're going to move up. The market looks pricey, but many stocks are still cheap. Our panelists highlight 55 bargains. How to play the surge in copper. Yeah. Okay. And let's also see if The Economist has put theirs out for this week. For some reason, they put it out on a Wednesday only when it's a holiday. So that was last week's. So, all right. That's where we stand on that. Again, if you guys are new to my live stream, Josephine, I got to get back to you. I still have not resolved that for you. Don't worry. You're still up here. I've got a lot of things going on, so don't worry. If you guys like what you see during the live stream, give me a follow, give me a like, give me a share, and check out my website, carpeprofit.com. It's right here, carpeprofit.com. You can learn about one-on-one coaching, Trade Like a Billionaire, the book that I have set up to teach you how to do everything I do in the morning, and it's a whopping $11. So you can learn this for yourself. Super easy. All right, let's get into some more advancing stocks. Mara, oh yeah, Circle, hey, hey. Circle is back on the active board. It's coming up to that resistance zone. You see it right here? holding along the 15. A little tight there, 199. Let's put it on. $201.48. All right, let's also look at coin, of course. So coin came up, long leg doji. We really need to break outside of this to have that confidence. I don't think we have a July level on here. So let's put a July level on. Or do we already? Nope, we don't have a July level. There we go. July is right there. So we're going to put coin on here. 201.99. 354.44. All right, definitely going to look at Ethereum. Let's look at MSTR. Let's throw on our July as well. There we go, 401.56. I have to tell you, I got eaten alive by black flies in the Adirondacks. Whew, they did a doozy on me. Okay, Oklo is pulling back today. Advancing, but advancing on the big picture, pulling back on the short term. In case I'm confusing anybody, that's what I mean. Marvell. Yuck for Marvell, huh? They sold up at 75.06. Sounds like the islands, eh? What do you guys think? You guys think we should set up an island trading all-inclusive? Who would do it? Put yes, I'm in. Should I spend time organizing that? Say maybe for March, when it's cold up here, the first week of March. Oh, that might not work. Doing a race. I can figure it out though. Who's in for a all-inclusive trading event? I bet you I could get my buddy Kunal. I bet you I could get my buddy Jeremy. We could all have an amazing time. I could probably get even Andrew Aziz. We could probably all come together, have a great time, take over a resort. How cool would that be? Traders all over the resort. I bet you I could get my buddy that I met down in Punta Cana and his wife, Nick. All right, so if you guys are new to following me, welcome. I've been in the trading world since 2000. I got my Series 7 back in Atlanta working with Solomon Smith Barney. What is a Series 7? That means that you can work like a broker and you are able to handle other people's money. It was the time where we had paper tickets. Oh my goodness, paper tickets. And let me get this pinned up. I'm going to tweet out what we are covering today. Let's go here, pin. So I am pretty much here every day. The stock market is open to help people. I do offer education as well. I am a mom of 2, so I got into this for family first, right? So if I have something going on with family, it's going to take priority. Mother dealing with either head injury or dementia is not fun. So it takes some time, but I also respect you and want to help you. So if you guys are interested, check out the website carpeprofit.com. We'll go back right here and you can see everything right there. If you want to learn more about my book, go to How to Trade Like a Billionaire, $11, and you will learn how to do everything that we're doing now. I'm just tweeting out what we're covering today on Twitter. If people want to join in and follow along, that's awesome. If not, totally cool. Their prerogative, right? Okay, so if you have anything that you would like to check out as well, just put it in the chat. And of course, if you like the live stream, share it out because then we help more people. And that's the goal. How nice would the world be if everybody helped each other and was not selfish? Kids, when they're born, are not selfish. They are born of pure love. We are all made from pure love. So when you take care of your friend, take care of your family, share love with each other, your days are brighter and better. I could get Andy to come too. Where's Andy? All right. I'm just putting out what cryptos we are about to go over. So I will explain to you how I do this. If you have questions, ask. The whole point of this is to help. All right. So let's look at Bitcoin. So Jane, what do you do? Hold on. Let me get my prop. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay. So we're going to pretend this is a whale. It's not really a whale, but we're going to pretend it's a whale. So we have the really big whales of the market. It's a seal. It's a seal name called Shushu. We call it Shushu in our house. So we have the big seal whale here. And this guy places a trade. Boom. Here's the trade level for this whale. If it goes up, whoop, they were buying. If it goes down, whoop, they were selling. It's pretty much that easy in the market. The big money runs the market. The whales run the market. The hedge funds run the market. Where are the hedge funds whales right now on Bitcoin since July 1st? For crypto, Forex, commodities, any ETFs, anything that does not have an earnings date, I do beginning of the quarter, right? You could set it up however you want. That's how I do it. So right now for crypto, for Bitcoin, they're at 108, 814, 38. 108, 814, 38. All right. And then, well, that's great for swing trading, the 24-hour, but what about day trading, right? I want to see what's happening today. I want to know what's going on today since the beginning of the trading day. For crypto, Forex, commodities, that starts last night. So we look to see where is that trading day start? Where is the big money positioned? Right now, it's at 118, 238, 85. All right, great. As long as the price action to me stays above that, they were buying. If it goes below that, then they're selling. To me, that's pretty easy, pretty clear. Trading can be 100% psychological. So if you can trust your charts, if you can trust the trading, and you can see, hey, yes, this does move. This yellow line shows you the path. So is it always going to stay at this price level? No. All right, so we're starting off super slow. Let's get a little bit faster. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, July, this pink, yellow and pink right here. They popped it up, 29, 86, 53. Boom. All right, for today, intraday, just today, where's their price? 31.53.73. Right now, 31.53.73. Will it change? Yes. XRP, their daily point of control is down here, 227.58. Hey, Lorenzo. Thank you. 2.2758. All right. Intraday, 2.9316. 2.9316. Boom. All right. Bring this down a bit. Doge. Right? Dancing Doge. I feel like my collar's messed up. It's bugging me. It's tucked in. There we go. That's better. All right. 0.17166. So we go for Doge. 0.17166 is the daily. Intraday is 0.20143. 0.20143. Boom. All right, let's go to Solana. So now we've slowly shown the points of control so that you understand what I'm looking for. 162.84. And then for the intraday, 166.64. Great, Jane, but how do I create a trade out of this stuff? Good question. Let's go to the Bitcoin chart. All right, so I'm setting you guys up, or I'm setting you up with day trade setups, right? So if we're looking at this, we want to be pretty much outside of the upper bound resistance, higher probability trade, read reminiscence of a stopped operator, it will make sense, or below the 70% volume, right? So for my chart, I've got the 70% volume here as the dark green. So 118,726 is the high and 117,600.01. So we could put that 117,600. Let's go here. 117,600. All right. And this one, we could pull this back over here. 119,000. Now, you also see other horizontal lines. Yes? Right here, right there. Just kidding. Those are price lines. These, the Camarillas and the pivots. I also have my moving averages. I'm number one concerned with where's the price action in relation to the big money. Then, does it look like there's a potential trade? Then, is there going to be a Camarilla or a moving average in the way for entry or exit? Right? So here we go. 117, 600, 119. Does that make sense? Can I get a yes? Can I get a no? I'm lost? Put it in the chat, please. All right. So let's do it now. We're going to get faster. By the end of this, you're going to understand what I'm doing, and I don't have to. It's looking at the charts and finding the higher probability trades. Right? I'm going to say we got to go up here to 175. 176, what is that? 176.70. So let's go 177. Sorry, 3177. Let's get outside of all that. Let's make sure we're above that resistance zone right there. You want to make sure that you're also giving yourself a good opportunity to trade, right? You don't want to just see if we could do 131.32.50. Let's go here. All right, 31.32.50 and 31.77. All right, XRP. Ooh, good. That maybe I got coffee in my shirt. All right, let's bring this up here. XRP has been rocketing. $3 mark was a resistance in the past. See, right over here back in March of 25, we went all the way up to 340. So it does need to break 340 before it could have a bigger bull run to it, in my opinion. Do with it what you like. That's my opinion. I know people were like, Jane, they're finally doing ISO on the 14th. I was like, it's never going to happen. It's a pipe dream. Never going to happen. But do with it what you will. I don't see it ever happening. They don't have the processing power or capacity around the world. If you know what that is, you know what that is. At one point, I thought, hey, this is it. This is the answer. Nope. It is not. Okay, 2.965. Boom. So 2.92 for a potential short trade. 2.965 for a potential long trade. Doge. We might see we have some more people jump on at 8:15. During the summer, it's roughly 7:30 because I have my kiddos going to camp. This week they're off from camp, so it's a good thing. And then during the school year, it's 8:15 in the morning. So I'm going to put that right there, 0.2 and above 0. Oh, no, look at that. See, we don't have that much there. Let's do 0.2, 0.203. There we go. All right. 0.2 and 0.203 for Doge. There's Solana. All right. So Solana, we've got this. We got to go up here. 168. You could, if you did 50, that's going to give you 35 cents. This is going to give you 80 cents. So I might wait, let it get outside of that congestion, although we do have the second test coming up right here. If you wanted to be more aggressive, down below, we want to see it go below. You can see how it hit this 425 EMA right here. Let's put it 161.50. All right. So they are positioning on Solana at the moment. That's why it is a yellow right there. Jane, what do you mean by yellow? I will show you in 2 seconds. Let me just take this. Okay. So it's going to pop up. Boom. This yellow right here. If it's yellow, that means that our day trade is set up outside of this intraday POC. That this price is between these two prices right here. If it is green, big money is below these two prices. If it is red, big money has sold up above. Does that make sense? All right, there we go. Day trade setups. Whoops. All right, there we go. Boom. Done. All right, let's get into the stocks. Let's start off with SBET. So now you understand, I will usually go to a 5-minute chart on stocks just to see their price action a bit more. And we go to 4 a.m. And then for some reason it decided to change. All right, 32.88 is our intraday one. I'm only putting the daily, not the intraday over here. Something else I do check is the short sale volume. Looking for a potential short squeeze at open. Okay, so more people bought long yesterday than shorted. So it doesn't mean it's not going to pop. When there's a short squeeze, and when it's above 50%, that means that more people opened as a short than... Sorry, this song's a little too heavy for me. See, like Tesla has a bit potential for a short squeeze. It's above 50%. So more people opened it as a short. Same thing with Circle. Let's check Coiny. Ooh, Coinbase. For fun, let's also check MicroStrategy. Oops. Helps when you type it correctly. And I have to tell you, I like conversation. So if you guys want to chat with me, I like it, right? When you guys comment, it makes me not feel like I'm talking to a screen. It's more fun for you, more fun for me. All right, so hold on. Okay, that is our Camarilla there at 33.77. Let's go up above here, 33.80. Just get just above it. Or below, right here, big money is between 32.58 and 33.37. So I'd say 32.50. In my opinion, potential continuation above 33.80 or a potential short back down at least to 31.79 from below 32.50. All right. Whoop, that's not what I meant. I meant to grab this, bring it back over here. All right, let's go to MP. We can get faster now. Do the color meanings apply to the stocks as well? Yes. So green here means that the big money is below SBET. That's the daily point of control. Good question. All right. So we can put it here 61. It has tested, it did move up 30 cents. However, there's not super big heavy sell volume. The biggest volume's there at 60, 69. And we'd probably want to go, let's see, 59.50. That would give you 36 cents to right here. Or you could wait until 59, and that's going to give you $1. So let's put 59 and 61. All right, let's go to Tesla. You can see it's starting to build with speed now. You guys understand it a bit more. If not, ask. I start off slow and build up the speed. So we are at 313 now. We're going to have to put 313.20 there. If it retraces, you could use that 313 level, but we might likely have to wait for the next move. 311.50 and 313.20. All right, circle. So we're getting close to this bigger level up here. I would say that's going to be a strong resistance as well as 200. So the 201.50 zone might really halt it up there. And 198. 198 and 200 for circle. And I didn't forget about the NEO for you. Depop for SBET is at, you know what? It depends. Did you put it on, do you have ARCA data? And where did you put it on? I put it on from the earnings. So it depends on which date you put it on. Thank you, Julie. Yep, good to be back. Feel like I've been missing the market, but watching it from afar on my phone as I help one of my friends with educating them on SBET. Ah, yeah, there you go. See? Yeah. So it really depends on where you put it, right? We can look at it again. Let me get through the list and I'm happy to look at it again. Okay, so we could do 388.80 here and 392 because it looks like it really wants to test that 391.80. I would do 389, but we've got this right here at, what's that price action? 388.89. So it's a little tight there. So 388, whoops, 80 and 392. Let's go to AMD. Let's go to MSTR quick as one advancing. Where's my red line? Oh, there we go. All right. Put it right here. 450. Nice strong number there as a resistance. Or below 448 for MicroStrategy. Extra little one right there. All right, let's go to AMD. Oh, hey, what's going on? How is that an invalid symbol? Not invalid. All right. So AMD over here, 155.50. Or let's bring it up here, 153.80. All right, let's go to Nvidia. I'm going to put 171.60 and 170.40 here. 170.40, 171.60. Okay, let's go to Oklo. Yeah, obviously when I say daily, it's usually the last day. Weekly last month. Monthly last month. Of course, you can use developing weekly, day, month, or local range. Yeah, for sure. Well, that's it. It has to make sense for you and understanding it. For sure. That's why I look at both. So I look at this and I will look just at today's. I don't look at yesterday's. I find personally that the interest, because yesterday's typically will be close because of the biggest volume there. Because of people entering or exiting. So, oops. So I find it's either open or close of the day prior, personally, which is why I like to look at today's from 4 a.m. So 59.80 and 60.60. But you got to do what works for you, right? And play around with it and see what makes the best sense. I find this to be fairly awesome. Earnings on the 24-hour, and then I am very much so. Yep. They lay the range for the day. They turn the algorithms on at 8 a.m. So a lot of times you see, boom, 8 a.m., 8:10. That's when the algos start. And you got to make sure that you have all the data. If you don't have all of the data, you're not getting it all on your chart. So you have to make sure you get the data, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's like trading on a delayed chart. You're not getting everything. You're not getting the full picture. But that's my personal opinion. Everybody has one. I respect yours. Please respect mine. All right. 195 for a mat here. And see, I like it because I can see that they brought it down to 193 earlier today. So if we do 193, that gives us 50 cents down there or lower. But I know that if they go below that, yeah, they are going below a point of control that they had. They're going to sell it. Does that make sense? Arshmead? Oops, 193, not 1930. And 195. Boom. All right, let's get into the indexes. Any other ones? I forgot NEO. So sorry. Let's get into NEO. Again, what is up with this? There we go. NEO. So really low price. We're in between these two moving averages. To me, it would be better outside of those two moving averages, personally. They did buy two earnings seasons right here. They're about to come up and test the 446. This is going to be slower. In my opinion, it's a slower moving stock. So very boring, and you got to have a lot of patience. And I would say up above 440, then there's a nice potential trade there. Otherwise, you're in sort of Camarilla pivot headbanging mode. If you want to give yourself a nice headache, go ahead and get into that trade. So I would say below 405 or above 440. All right, let's get into the indexes. Now that we've done all the stocks, any other stocks, you guys can put them in the chat. We will check them out. I'll give you my opinion. All right, the Dow, we are below the big money at 443.41 over here. So potential day trade. Right now it looks like they're selling unless I go back above. Oops, I just moved a trend line. That's not what I meant to move. Go for 60, no headache. 441.82 our pivot. Let's go there. Or below, we go 440.20. Negative. Let's bring it up here. 440.60. We got some smaller moves right here, but then it could be a really nice dollar move down to 439.60. All right. 440.60 and 441.82. All right, the Russell. Let's do 219.82. Point of control is all the way down here at 219.14. So let's go below that. We see big money right here. 218.88 is the 70%. Let's put it right there. 218.88 and 219.82 because of the Camarilla. Interesting. Two of them are 82s already. All right. The Qs, they're riding that trend line up. and seems like they're selling along that trend line. Sell, sell. So yes, my spot for Angela Miles, I was bullish because everything was bullish at the time. Things change, right? So you got to be aware. If you follow me on Angela Miles, make sure to follow me every day because things change in the market. What did I watch last night? It was good. It was funny. It was Heads of State. Yep, sure, Lorenzo. Will do. Let me get through these, and then I will do that for you. I'm going to put it over here. FTNT. You got it. Okay, so for the Qs, going to be either above or below the big money, right? 555, 50, or 556.40. Hold on one second. This is below, so I would need to do conditional formatting, is less than, no, cancel. Conditional formatting, highlighting cells, greater than, this is red. Boom. This one as well. Conditional formatting, highlighting cells, greater than, this, boom. Okay, there we go. This one is in the middle, so it is positioning. And let's go to the SPY. Why are there 2 7-1s? Very odd. Okay. There's my green line on here. There we go. So big money is above us over here. Put it above 622.80 or below 621.60 here. $621.60 and $622.80. All right. Julie, you're talking about the islands. I see. You are the only person that answered that. So thank you. I know what you were looking at. Okay. FTNT. And Arshmaid, are you still here? All right. FTNT, Fortinet. Are you looking at a day trade? Yes, day trade. Okay. So right now there's not a lot of volume, right? If we look at it, this was 179 shares. This is 229 shares. So not that much action right now. So it's going to be harder to get in and out. I would say probably up here, you'd want to go above 105.12 for a potential long trade or potential short trade. I put it at the whole number, 104. That's only going to give you 20 cents. 103.80. Make sense, Lorenzo? All right. Any other stocks? You all have any other questions? Let me know. Put it in the chat. Otherwise, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys got in on some SBET. Actually, let's go back. Let's check out that chart. Let's go back and check out that chart because that chart is just like stellar. It's very weird. My system's doing something funky, funky. Funky, funky. Get funky. Funky. All right, so I like the 45-minute chart. We can also do, hey, what happened from back here once it broke above? Their big money level, 1631. Okay, so when it broke from 1631 this time, boom, 2108. All right, so from 2108, how about there? And still around there. Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that. So since we've had a break right here, next level, 28.55. Let's see, what was Arshmaid? 28.28, right? So I'd watch 28.55. Oh, boom, look, there's my 33 exponential. So you could usually that 33 exponential on the 45, you can see how it pretty much like it rides that. If it goes way below after a candle, you can see it pretty much, this one, they dropped it below. But pretty much that 33 on a 45-minute chart is a pretty good support for a trailing stop. If you use that and you understand it, I like it. But you know what? You got to use what works for you. And that's it. You got to have faith in your style of trading. Not everyone's going to understand mine. Not everyone's going to like mine. Not everyone's going to like my charts. That's okay. It works for me. If I can help you profit, that is the goal. So I appreciate you joining me this morning. Hope to see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the mornings, a live YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Got to get these links working up again for Kick and TikTok. I hope you have an amazing trading day. Check out my website, carpeprofit.com. Don't just have a good day, have a great day.